Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. The Honorable Miss Yuna Tresna Wahyuna as a lecturer of critical reading course and all of my beloved friends. Today, we would like to present about synthesis. Before we start our presentation, let me introduce ourselves first. We are from class 4E, group 5, and the members are, next slide, please. All right. For the member are Nur Aini Apriani as a second speaker, Rian Muhammad Sofian as a first speaker, Rianti Safa Akila as a third speaker, and Rizka Aureliani as a moderator. Next. Alright, for the first material will be explained by Rian Muhammad Sofian. For Rian, time and screen is yours.
Thank you, Fariska. I will explain about synthesing's definitions. Synthesing is a text. Synthesing a text is a process of combining prior informations, newly learned concepts, connections, inference, and summaries into a comprehensive slide sebelumnya, maaf. Synthesizing a text is a process of combining prior informations, newly learned concepts, connections, inference, and summaries into a comprehensive and original comprehension of the text. When students synthesize, they become aware of how their thinking change and grow as they read material. Next. Functions of synthesis. The functions of synthesis in a scientific paper is as an opinion, idea, or a new idea given by the author to solve the problems found. This idea can broadly provide views, comments, discussions, or other forms of argumentativeness by the author within certain limits. The results of the synthesis can be in the form of data, facts, information, or new main ideas that have never been written by other people. Synthesis can also refer to as the essence of a scientific work, so that the author should not only collect various information from various reference sources. Thank you. And back to the moderator.
All right, thank you, Rian. And for the next material will be explained by Nur Aini Apriani. For Nur Aini, time and screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator. I will explain about requirements for synthesis. In the preparation of the synthesis, there are 5 requirements to make a synthesis. Namely, first, the author must be objective in citing expert opinion. Second, the writer must be critical of the reference sources. Third, writers can shape and sharpen their point of view. Fourth, the author must look for links between different sources. Fifth, the author looks for parts of the reference sources that match the needs of his scientific work. Next, how to make synthesis. The process of compiling a synthesis can be developed in the writing of scientific papers. The preparation process, among others: first, read reference sources quickly and critically. Second, summarize the general description and design selected in the reference sources related to the topic being worked on. Third, note Not the main ideas relative to the author's ideas with the ideas in the reference sources read. Fourth, not the author's critique of the theory put forward in the reference sources. Next, the rest method. For upper elementary and middle school grades, an easy approach to teaching scientific is the rest method. R is split to different sources about a topic and record ideas. P is edit notes and combine concepts that are similar. S synthesize by combining notes with what you already know about the topic. T you think about your new ideas and connect them to what you already know. Thank you. Back to moderator.
All right, thank you for Nur Aini. And for the next material will be explained by Rianti Safa Akila. For Safa, time and screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator, for the opportunity. Please, next slide. Okay. This is another method that called D8. In younger grades or for students that are struggling with sign placing, teachers can use the add method. Add is similar to rest, but it can be used with just one text. The advantage of add is that it helps students learn to integrate their learning with what they already know and discussion with other students. A, what the student already knows about the topic. And for D, what the student learned during the reading on the same topic. And the last D, what the student learned during the discussion of the topic. Next. Okay, so for this material, let me explain with bahasa Indonesia. Okay, this is some example for article synthesis topic. Jadi di sini kita angkat topiknya yaitu media atau metode dalam kegiatan belajar mengajar atau pembelajaran bahasa Inggris untuk siswa. Nah, mungkin sebelumnya di sini saya ingin memperjelas lagi tentang materi sintesis sebelumnya yang udah dijelaskan oleh rekan saya. Nah, sintesis itu adalah tulisan yang utuh dan baru mengenai rangkuman dari berbagai sumber rujukan mengenai pengertian atau pendapat yang telah disampaikan sebelumnya. Nah, dari rangkuman tersebut, itu disusun menjadi suatu tulisan baru yang mengandung satu kesatuan yang sesuai dengan kebutuhan si penulis tersebut. Terus, dalam praktiknya, sintesis itu merupakan rangkuman atau ringkasan yang digunakan oleh si penulis. Selain pengembangan dalam penyusunan sintesis, ada pun cara yang dapat digunakan untuk membuat sintesis, yaitu yang pertama, si penulis itu harus bisa membaca dari berbagai sumber rujukan secara cepat dan kritis. Nah, makanya kenapa materi sintesis ini ada di dalam materi critical reading, karena salah satu kebutuhannya adalah si siswa itu harus mempunyai critical thinking supaya bisa menulis sintesis artikel tersebut. Lalu yang kedua, penulis itu wajib melakukan kegiatan seperti membaca kritis, menyusun ringkasan, dan menyusun ikhtisar. Dan tahap selanjutnya atau tahap terakhir dalam menyusun sintesis adalah harus memahami atau menguasai teknik membuat kutipan dan sistem perujukannya. Oke, bisa di next slide. Nah, ini adalah beberapa referensi dari artikel yang kelompok kami gunakan, yaitu ada 4 artikel yang kemungkinan tadi topiknya sama ya, tentang membahas pembelajaran bahasa Inggris, media pembelajaran bahasa Inggris untuk siswa. Nah, nomor satu itu ada media pembelajaran interaktif bahasa Inggris untuk siswa sekolah dasar kelas 2, terus media pembelajaran komik sebagai media pembelajaran konsep English tenses dan aspek. Lalu yang ketiga itu ada pengembangan pembelajaran bahasa Inggris online dengan penggunaan latar sejarah dalam meningkatkan motivasi siswa. Dan yang terakhir itu artikel terakhir yang nomor 4 itu kurang lebih sama dengan artikel nomor 3. Cuma bedanya di sini adalah dia lebih ke culture atau budayanya gitu. Oke, boleh di next. Nah, tadi kan ada beberapa artikel yang udah disebutkan sebelumnya dengan topik yang kami angkat. Nah, di sini adalah hasil dari sintesis artikel tersebut. Oke, kalau gitu, let me read it first. English is one of the subjects considered difficult by students. The learning method of the teacher still uses the teaching method. It means that all the material comes from the teacher, which is done without using any means or media any help. The students are less able to understand the material. This is because the delivery from the teacher is only by explaining without any media assistance. The purpose of this research is to provide interactive media for students in order to improve the quality and attainments of interactive learning for the student. The benefit of holding this research is that teachers and students can use this media or method in learning and teaching activities. In media creation interactive English for students, the author uses the method literature, observation, interview, designing using Micromedia Flash 8, and software other support. Interactive media testing and implementation. Moreover, according to Irma and Wildans 2020, research considers when creating comics that are appropriate as a learning media, including specially written dialogue and script. The comics that are designed must also explain language theory, and the author must create scientific comics that are light in content so that learners can easily understand them. Besides that, this research is intended to contribute by providing practical teaching materials by elaborating language learning using the historical background of Indonesia and the current condition of Indonesia. Please, next slide. Okay. On the other hand, according to Adi Hasan Kartono Suparto 2021, the linguistic principle which is reflected in the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis or the Whorfian hypothesis briefly highlighted. The second part focus on the practicals of the Whorfian hypothesis for teaching English as a foreign language or TEFL, especially the teaching of English for specific purposes or ESP, and cross-cultural understanding or CCU to explore foreign language teaching and foreign language learning from the perspective of language shapes thought and to improve language learning through cross-cultural communication. So the result to be achieved is the formation of English interactive media for the student and also to facilitate the delivery of material or listen to the students. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. I'll give it back to the moderator.
All right, thank you, Safa, and thanks to all the speakers. Furthermore, because all the material has been presented, let me read the conclusion of the material that has been explained. Synthesizing a text is the process of combining prior information, newly learned concepts, connections, inferences, and summaries into a comprehensive and original comprehension of the text. The function of synthesis in a scientific paper is as an opinion, idea, or new idea given by the author to solve the problems found. In the preparation of the synthesis, there are 5 requirements to make a synthesis. For upper elementary and middle school grades, an easy approach to teaching synthesizing is the REST method. In younger grades, or for students that are struggling with synthesizing, teachers can use the AID method. AID is similar to REST, but it can be used with just one text. All right, That's all from us. We hope this material will give a benefit. Sorry for all the mistakes. Thank you for your attention. The last but not least, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.